Hey friends, it's time to play the music, it's time to light the lights, it's time to get things started on another TrickyBricks quick review with our very special guests, the Muppets! Yay! Gosh, I have to say that this may be one of the most highly anticipated collections of minifigs that we've yet seen. I know that people were excited when the Disney ones came out, but this one seems to have this kind of universal appeal like none of the other the specialty ones that I've seen.
Well, I've been in love with the Muppets since before I could speak, and that was a long time ago.
On Sesame Street, right? And we've already had some Muppet figs. With the Sesame Street set, we had Grover, we had Big Bird, we had Bert and Ernie, and Elmo, who are all Muppets, but of course, none of them made the big leap to the Muppet Show. The
big time.
The one character that made that big leap was, of course, Kermit the Frog.
That was a pretty good Kermit impression you did earlier, too.
Thank you. It's the wiggly arms. So this is a fantastic group of minifigs. They look amazing, and I just am so excited for you to see them. So let's go ahead and check them out. Now, this is an incredible group. Of course, we've got the 12 minifigs, which is the usual collection that we have now. It used to be 16 in the collectibles. Now they've moved to 12, which I think is actually better if they're going to continue doing this kind of quality.
Well, they're highly detailed.
Yes.
They're custom molds, and they all come with little accessories.
Right, and the accessories are always a big part of the collectible minifigs. And I will also say there's back printing on a lot of these, on all of them actually. I think except for maybe 2 of them don't have back printing because they don't require it. But just really highly detailed, and they did a lot. And the thing you were talking about with the molds, these character head molds are so accurate. Like they look exactly like the characters. There's no question about who they are.
I did have the experience. I was picking up the Statler and Waldorf figures, and I could not believe I was actually holding them in my hand, as minifigs. They're really, really great minifigs. They're so unique.
So let's start taking a look at some of these in detail. So first up, of course, we have our Master of Ceremonies. It's Kermit the Frog. And a really, really great, again, character accurate face. I love the printing on his torso with his little collar there. We have the Rainbow Connection, which of course the connection is he sang the Rainbow Connection in the first Muppet movie on his banjo.
And he played the banjo.
And we have this new banjo piece that's absolutely fantastic. So glad to have a banjo. And he also utilizes the short posable legs that were introduced with the Harry Potter collectible.
We get several of those sets of those legs in the set.
We do have several of those. So
and Kermit's girlfriend,
his mate for life, whether he likes it or not, Miss Piggy. Now I love Piggy's outfit here. She's got her pink outfit, sparkly with the hearts, her trademark purple elbow-length gloves. She's got some arm printing here with some bracelets, some little bangles.
Some nice little fancy silver shoes.
Yeah, she's got her silver shoes on, and she also has some nice back printing.
And she might make the case that she was actually the star of the show.
She would make that case for sure. I love her hair. And then she comes with a great little prop, which is herself on the cover of a magazine, which I love. It even has the little barcode
with her signature eyelashes there.
Yay,
Miss Piggy.
Yay, Miss Piggy.
It makes me think I want version 2 of Miss Piggy as Pigs in Space.
Oh, well, we will get to that a little bit later. But yes, our wish and dream for a second round of these would be definitely some Pigs in Space. So next up, we have maybe our 2 favorite characters. And I'm just so pleased that we now have our own Muppet Sig Figs.
Yeah, and the nice thing is we could use these Sig Figs for a few years and not have them age out. I hope.
Exactly. So that, of course, is Statler and Waldorf.
And now they're backwards there, right?
This is Waldorf is on the left, Statler on the right. Look at those faces. They're perfect. Their little suits are great. Now, these are the ones that I mentioned did not have back printing because they're not textured. They just have the regular front printing.
But those suits would be great for to make your own minifigs.
Yes, and Waldorf has his teacup here. And then he also comes with a little sign that says Zzz on it.
Which totally, like that was, he slept through the second act. Now, this second part was the one head scratcher for me.
Me too.
In the whole set.
Me too. And that is, Statler comes with a laptop. Now, I know why they did this. They did this because they did not include Scooter in the set. And so in order to include him, they've included his picture here on the laptop, just like they did with Dino in the Flintstones Ideas set, where they put him on the TV as being like a missing animal.
Well, I guess I could say too that in the number of years that it's been since I watched this, maybe Statler has figured out how to use a computer.
All right, sure, we'll go with that. All right, next up, we have got Dr. Bunsen, Honeydew, and Beaker. A lot of people's some favorite characters.
Beaker might be my favorite one in the whole set, and his jacket comes in that green that is not glow in the dark, the one that we call it's not glow in the dark.
And it's also the same color as Dr. Bunsen Honeydew's head. They have the same color, that sort of like almost glowing in the dark. I love his little lab coat buttons. And I also love the pocket protector that we have on Dr. Bunsen. And he also comes with that great Erlenmeyer flask with pink liquid inside.
Well, he was old school. Check out. He's wearing a full vest underneath his lab coat.
I know. And then we also have the little remote control that they used all the time.
And it's totally in the red because Beaker was always freaking out.
He's always in the red. Now, we do get the short legs again here on Bunsen. And this one does not have back printing. And again, this one does not. So here's a couple that don't have back printing. But check out, I wanted to show you Beaker's shoes. He's got these like great little like tennis shoe type on, almost like Chucks, like Converse, right? Like little shoes. And we're going to see that kind of shoe printing in a couple of the other figures. One in particular that I was really, really excited about. All right, next up. We have
from the Electric Mayhem.
From the Electric Mayhem. Now, we didn't get Dr. Teeth, we didn't get Floyd, but we did get two, I would call fan favorites, especially one of them, and that is Janice and Animal.
Animal!
Now,
the sort of Tasmanian devil of the Muppets.
Right. I love her giant lips, and again, her they just molded her perfectly. She's got her little like tube top thing on, and her great guitar.
Well, when Animal's wearing a rope belt.
Yes, Animal is wearing a rope belt. He did have that. That was like one of his signature things, was his rope belt and his cutoff pants. He's got his little tie-dyed vest on, and of course we've got the Harry Potter magic wands in use as drumsticks. Now he does have back printing,
bold back printing,
right?
It's like a
with his little spiked collar.
That's another clothing piece I think would be fun to make another fig out of.
And then here is his fantastic character accurate Dr. Teeth drum.
And you know what I see in there is one of the coolest technical pieces, new technical pieces, this time in gray.
The posing stand, the minifigure posing stands, what they're using everywhere these days, which I think is really fantastic. And just to pop back to Janice real quick, she's got her great base here.
That's really detailed.
Yeah, it's a really, really nicely detailed. And she also has the back printing as well. And her little shoes. Her like little silver shoes.
Janice is pretty cool. There weren't a lot of female Muppets.
There weren't, and I think that I know there were some people that said, well, why didn't they have Scooter? Why didn't they use some others? Like, I am really glad they included Janice, just so we had, not only do I love her as a character, but also it's more female representation in these minifigs.
And Janice was cool in a very different way than Miss Piggy.
She was
very much mellower.
much mellower. All right, now we have kind of two favorite weirdo characters.
These are like
if you will,
laugh out loud characters.
Yeah, so we've got Gonzo and the Swedish Chef.
And no one has ever been able to figure out what species Gonzo is. He's a Gonzo.
He's a Gonzo, exactly. And what I love, and I'm gonna focus on Gonzo here for a minute, is the really fantastic printing on him with his chili pepper shirt, his polka dot tie, his little polka dot pants, his belt. Look at that belt.
The pants and belt are really great.
Yeah. And then he's also got back printing.
Chili peppers.
And then, as I mentioned before, which I think is just fantastic on this, is his little shoes. You can see that he's got his little saddle shoes on, his little two-tone shoes.
That's so great with those pants.
Yeah, it's just a really... And, of course...
And custom printing on...
Camilla! His little girlfriend, the chicken Camilla, has got her signature eyelashes. And I think and I love the coloring on this. This is just wonderful. So, Gonzo and Camilla. And then the Swedish Chef... He's got his little friend. That tomato is about the cutest tomato I've ever seen. Comes a little tomato. Again, really fantastic character accurate face.
Look at that. You don't see his eyes at all because of his bushy eyebrows.
And he's got his little apron on with his stripedy shirt with a tie, and he is back printed and arm printed.
That's pretty cool,
right?
Well,
really nice
barbershop
printing.
Quartet with those arms.
Totally. So really loving. He comes with this little whisk, which you get extra of. You get 2 whisks, which is great. And I will say one thing about now, for those of you who like to feel the bags, this may be one of the easier sets to actually feel out because a lot of it is because of the heads. Like Gonzo is really easy to feel out with his, his little hook-shaped nose, and we've got
and then
Janice.
Janice, there you can make out her hair pretty easy.
Yeah, and her guitar is a big tell on that one as well. All right, so moving on to our final 2 characters, our 2 furry friends here. We have Rolf and Fozzie Bear. Wakka Wakka. Kind of semi-related.
Wow, they even molded fuzziness into Fozzie's head.
Yes, they did, which I think is absolutely amazing. So let's take a look at Rolf real quick. He comes with a really fantastic printed music. He's got his really great ears, and of course, he comes with his little bust, which I think is great.
Beethoven, right?
Yeah, and you know what's really great too is that this bust actually has a second facial expression on the back. He's smiling on the back, and a little more gruff looking on the front. So I love that, just fantastic. And then of course we get Fozzie with his signature floppy bow. And look, you can even see like they painted on his little feet and his little fur on there. He comes with a microphone and a banana, of course, and his little pork pie hat.
And his expression is great.
Yeah, it's really, really great. And he does also have arm printing, leg printing, and back printing. Now, Rolf also has back printing and side printing with that same kind of little fuzzy fur, but it's a little harder to see because of the dark color. So, needless to say, we would give this a must buy. Like if you're a fan of the Muppets, as much as we are, this is definitely a must buy series.
Yeah, a lot of the sets, I'm like, I want that one, I want the space person, I want this one, but in this one, I want the whole set.
And we have them. It's awesome. So that pretty much wraps it up. But just for our little final wrap up, just wanted to say, again, fantastic nostalgia hit for folks of a certain age. And
right
also,
there.
Exactly. They've got beautifully detailed prints, and the new head molds are character accurate and just absolutely perfect. So these will be available May 1st for $4.99 each. They are already available for pre-order on the Lego website, including a whole box. I saw that you can actually like get a whole box of them. Otherwise, they will be available at a retailer somewhere near you.
And you know, we have lots of friends who build Lego, and watching their social media, it's like, I'm getting a box. Who wants to go in on a box?
I know everybody wants to get a box. Well, they're really amazing. Thanks everybody so much for joining us for another one of our quick reviews. And until next time, happy building.